Hello everyone and welcome back to the Nerd Den here once again, and in today's video I am going to be talking about the cancellation of the Acolyte series. Yes, the Star Wars spin-off, which was, I believe, a prequel even before The Phantom Menace. I actually haven't watched this show. For those who don't know, my love for Star Wars has kind of dwindled over the years, and with the constant cancellations, the switchovers, like schedule changes, and plans being promised and not being delivered and stuff, I just have kind of fallen out of love with Star Wars. But I've seen mixed reactions when it comes to the Acolyte, and I was actually going to give it a watch, but yeah, it's been cancelled. I'm going to be looking through the Deadline article because it's kind of come as a surprise for some, but some people have said, oh yeah, they could see this coming. So let's see what's happening. Again, I can't really judge too much because I actually haven't watched the show, but I've heard some bits here and there, and yeah, it seems a little bit of a mixed bag. But yeah, let's get into the video. Let's talk about this because there's been a little bit of a fan uproar on Twitter and other social media websites. So let's get into the video. Okay, so this has come from the Deadline websites, you know, Hollywood insiders and stuff, and this is an exclusive. The story of the Acolytes will not continue, with Lucasfilm opting to not proceed with a second Star Wars series. Yeah, so they're not going to be doing the second season of it. So, bam, there we go, straight up. So, Leslie Headland, who was the showrunner for the series, there we go, it's gone. So it comes more than after just over a month after the 8-episode first season had wrapped up. The news is not entirely surprising. So the Acolyte did okay with critics, yeah, with a 78% on Rotten Tomatoes, but divided Star Wars fans, which was reflected in its overall viewership. Driven by interest into the venerable franchise, the Acolyte got off to a strong start when it launched on June 4th, with 2 episodes, generating 4.8 million views in its first day on the streamer, to rank as the biggest series premiere on Disney Plus this year. The tally rose to 11.1 million views globally after 5 days streaming, corroborating Disney's data. The series made its debut on Nielsen's top 10 original charts in its premiere week. So it did really well to open up with those numbers, but the Acolyte did not sustain the momentum, dropping out the top 10 in week 3 and staying off before returning at number 10 after the release of the finale, which was probably because of Darth Plagueis, let's be honest. Let's talk about this because yeah, hang on, there's a few bits here. So there's some ideas that were pitched for the second season. Again, I'm guessing because I like Darth Plagueis, and I think that was like the origins, not the origins of the Sith, but like the origins of the Sith coming back in the Phantom Menace, I believe was the case. There was a Yoda cameo and stuff like that. Again, I don't know the full context, so I didn't watch the series, but yeah, essentially the Acolyte was a mystery thriller that took viewers into a galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers. Okay, in the final days of the High Republic era. Right. Yeah, let's talk about this because honestly, Star Wars is in a little bit of a weird place right now. So, as I was saying earlier, my love for Star Wars has kind of dwindled over the years, and it hasn't just happened because of the whole sequel trilogy. No, sequel trilogy, yeah, I admit, isn't that favourable for me. I enjoy The Force Awakens because, let's be honest, it was pretty much, at least for me, a carbon copy of A New Hope. It played with that template, which, yeah, I think it worked for bringing back the franchise back after, I think it was off cinema screens for like 10 years. So I guess it was a safe way to bring it back. The Last Jedi, I kind of have warmed up to it a little bit more from when I first watched it, but I can understand why people didn't like it. And then The Rise of Skywalker, yeah. And then obviously moving away from that, we've had the Disney Plus shows because there's been no Star Wars movies since the Rise of Skywalker in 2019. So yeah, The Mandalorian has been good for the first 2 seasons. Season 3 for me was a bit of a mixed bag. Generally didn't really like it, to be honest. And then Obi-Wan Kenobi, I enjoyed for the most part. And then Ahsoka, I didn't actually finish. So I've got to go back to that. But yeah, The Acolyte, I never really had an interest to it because I didn't like Andor. I think I watched the first couple of episodes of that, and I didn't enjoy that. Apparently, loads of people love that, but yeah, that's not for me. I think the main issue... sorry, I went on a ramble there about my stuff, but anyway, I think the main issue with Star Wars here is that there's a lot of promises being given out, and there's a lot of things being set up, but they're not being delivered. Because I remember during the sequel trilogy times, there was meant to be a trilogy that Rian Johnson was meant to be making. I think that's been cancelled, or at least there's been no development for it after so many years. There was also meant to be a film made by the people that wrote Game of Thrones. That hasn't happened. Kevin Feige, the head of Marvel, was meant to be doing a Star Wars film. I don't think that's happening either. Taika Waititi, I don't know if he's doing a Star Wars film still. There's a lot of Star Wars films that are being set up. There's a lot of like Star Wars projects that are being set up. A lot of ideas. Like with Acolyte, there was clearly going to be a continuation of the stuff that was set up in season 1. Obviously, Darth Plagueis, most notoriously, was brought up for the first time in canon, in this new Star Wars canon anyway, since the Disney buyout. So it was obviously a big thing. It was only a little cameo, but it was big enough to get people talking. And I think some of the stories might continue in other properties, but I think the main thing with the Acolytes series is, yeah, it's done. It seems like it didn't favour as well with fans. But then again, I just find it a bit odd that it's been cancelled so quickly, because there's been other shows that haven't done so well in terms of Disney Plus. But I feel like Star Wars, I think they need to scale back on the output when it comes to Disney Plus shows, because we've got Skeleton Crew releasing later this year. We've had flops like the Book of Boba Fett and stuff, which people did enjoy, or some people did enjoy. But that seems to have given Disney the idea that Boba Fett isn't a character that they should continue to use. Bit baffling. But, yeah. Let me know what you think of this in the comment section down below. Because, honestly, I am a little bit... not baffled, because I can see from when I've seen people talk about the Acolyte, it's been very mixed. I didn't think they'd cancel it, though. I thought they would have given it another shot, at least. But, I guess, you know... it's a loss. I mean, you never know. A fan petition or something might help to bring it back, or at least, I don't know, the ideas might be used in another property, as I said. But who knows what could happen with the future Star Wars? Because, as I said, it's in a bit of a weird place right now, for me anyway. But with that being said, thank you so much for tuning into today's video. If you are new around here, please click that like button and subscribe for more nerdy content, and I'll see you all next time. Thank you very much for all the support. Take care, love you all, and peace.